Hark, what is that sound? It's the sound of more running news. Hey guys, EDDBUD here, and I'm back with another episode of the running news. I've been recently testing out a new watch from Coros. Is that how you say it? Does anybody know? I've been really enjoying the Pace 2. Limited controls on there, and I kinda like it. I'll tell you who else will be testing out some Coros watches soon. Eliud Kipchoge. Coros have partnered up with the marathon master himself. He's going to be utilising their timekeeping products in the future for his training and racing. They've not only signed up the master though, but also his whole team. The NN running team are all going to be using Coros watches and timekeepers. Do people still say timepiece? Do they still say that? I don't know. Maybe in my world they do. It looks like the team are going to be forwarding all their feedback to the company so they can improve the watch interfaces further. Really interests me as someone who teaches human-computer interaction. It's a real key area for me. How does the watch interface work? Is it simple? Is it quick? Can you get the information you want from it very readily? Also accessibility-wise as well. We've got to think like Jakob Nielsen. He's the master. I hope I'm as cool as him one day. So I think with all that feedback they'll look to make improvements further to the watches. Although I've got to say, the Pace 2 really nails it. We all know Eliud has a keen eye when it comes to running shoe technology, but it seems he'll also be doing that for timekeeping equipment and apparatus too. I'll have a full review coming up soon for the Coros Pace 2, so keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully I won't keep you waiting too long. Time is of the essence, of course. You know I like me an Adidas shoe. So I was really pleased to see some better images have surfaced of the SL20.2. It's certainly a departure from this version of the shoe. I'm keen to see whether those 3 lace loops towards the toe box section of the shoe improve the fit. The fit was already pretty good in the SL20, it has to be said. It's a strange inclusion really. I never had any problems with the front section of the shoe not fitting the top of the foot very well. Always worked well for me. The outsole now has a split section of continental rubber and then what appears to be Adiwear with a vast number of protrusions. They appear on the lateral forefoot side and the medial rear foot side. The pull tab is gone. See ya. I don't ever feel that I need to use the pull tab on the SL20 to get it on. It just seems like a bit of a strange inclusion. So a very different setup in this new version of the shoe. There does seem to be some confusion about the SL20.2 actually, because over in Turkey I think it is, there appears to be what I can only describe as a weatherized version of the SL20 that they're calling the SL20.2. So it's all very confusing. Are you following me? So with that pull tab gone and even less rubber on the outsole, it looks like they're trying to weight relieve the shoe even more. Will it be even super lighter? Only time will tell. Adidas got me really excited too because they unveiled a high-vis version of the Adizero Adios Pro. It's a shoe that's crept into my psyche and I just can't stop thinking about it night and day. It's just such a beauty. Now I've found you, never leave me. Just take my earth credits, Adidas. I'm not sure I can pass up an opportunity for a shoe that's that colour. It's amazing. It'll go perfectly with my high-vis boil in the bag jacket and it will stay bright approximately 5 seconds when I take it out on my local super sludge route. It might not even last that long in fairness. I think that high-vis version of the Adizero Adios Pro launches on the 2nd of December. Story 3. After my recent Ekiden exploits with my good buddies Kafuzi, Emily Heller and Andy the FOD runner, I was amazed to read some news about one of the Ekiden events over in Japan. Now, I've got to try and get this lady's name right. If I get it wrong, I do not mean it anyway in an insulting way. I'm giving it my best shot. I believe the lady's name is Hiromi Katakai. Again, I'm very sorry if I've pronounced it wrong. I want to include this because I think the effort that she put in is incredible. She was taking part in the Queen's Ekiden National Championship. She appeared to have some serious footwear problems at round about 6.7 kilometres into a 10.8 kilometre segment of the race. So rather than try and mess about with the shoes and resolve the problem, she just kicked them off and ran the remaining 4.2 kilometres just in her socks. I mean, can you imagine running on road just in your socks? No is the answer, probably. I mean, the shoes must have been causing her some serious discomfort for her to just bin them like that. Enough that road foot contact was more preferable than carrying on wearing the shoes. I mean, have you ever felt that? Well, you've been running in your shoe. Actually, yes, I have felt that. The hover machina. As I say, road contact was more preferable than carrying on wearing those pain-inducing DAPs that she must have had on. I'm not sure what model or make were at fault. I didn't see which ones she was wearing for the earlier part of the race. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. Now, this is the outstanding bit. She completed the segment in 36 minutes, 22 seconds. So that equates to 33 minutes, 32 seconds over the 10k, which is a personal best for her by 20 seconds. That is incredible. And there we go. I was really happy with my new PB on 10k. That just makes it look useless, doesn't it? And this lady managed to run a fair size portion of that segment just in her socks. So, running shoes, do we really need them? Harumi Takakai Aishuluchu. What a brilliant effort, superb. And don't worry, I think we're going to bring the Shoe Cheapers Ekiden team back again next year to have another bash. Maybe we can even do another type of race in person. Before we get to the last news story, guys, just a couple of quick things. If any of you have received any of the EDDBUD merchandise, please make sure you send me some pictures to the email address that's in the description of this video. Also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch those new videos. Story 4 today is from my good friends at Inov-8. They sent me this shoe a little while ago. I've managed to get some more miles in it recently. I've been meaning to, but most of my running's been a little closer to home recently, mainly due to the arrival of old Fergus Basinski. But it's been great to get back out in the Inov-8 G270s recently and get them very, very muddy and very, very wet. I'd actually suggest this shoe's a lot better than some of the road dedicated shoes that I've tested out recently. The cushion's just fantastic. Fit, feel, everything right up there. So do check this one out if you haven't done so already. I'll put a link at the end of the video to my review of this shoe. So rather than do a typical Black Friday kind of style sale, Inov-8 have decided to make it a Green Friday. They're donating 5% of their sales to a very good cause, that of the Cumbria Wildlife Trust. So they're very close to their Lake District home and headquarters, and this 5% cut is going to go to help planting more trees, but also restoring some of the local peat bogs in that area. Now, both of these actions obviously help to reduce climate change and fight against it. It's a thing we all need to be doing right now, just doing our little bit here and there where we can. Peat bogs are absolutely key in helping to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Peat bogs are really great carbon stores, you see. If you're unfamiliar with what they are, basically big bogs full of plant material and different mosses. Probably not something that you want to leap into, but they are important nonetheless. So they lock away that carbon dioxide, but the issue is that peat bogs take ages and ages to form. We're actually talking hundreds or thousands of years. So there's loads of advantages to having these peat bogs and these peatlands everywhere, and restoring them helps to purify water and in some circumstances can actually stop or help to prevent flooding. So it's really fantastic. Inov-8 have got 5% of their sales going to this much needed charity. Head over and check out their sale right now if you're going to try and grab yourself a mud claw or a talon. That's all the running news for this week, guys. A quick musical interlude for you. I don't know what it is recently, but I've been listening to loads of drum and bass and jungle. Taking me back to the mid 90s and through to the late 90s. Last couple of days I've been listening to the 15 years of the Metal Heads. Now, this isn't a metal album, this is very early jungle drum and bass. Some fantastic artists on this one. I particularly like the Angels Fell by Dillinger. Some of the bass lines there are just absolutely fantastic. They sounded amazing actually on the headphones. I think they must have got some really good masters for this album. This track sounded way better than it used to sound when I had it on vinyl back in the day. The classic track by Alex Reese called Pulp Fiction is on here with a really memorable bass line sound. And I absolutely love Metropolis by Adam F as well. I believe Adam F was related in some way to Alvin Stardust. I think that's right. Very different sounds here though. Distorted, filtered bass lines. Right up my street. So do check that one out, the 15 years of Metalheads. Okay guys, about all from me for today. Thanks for joining me for the running news once again. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch those new videos. It really does help the channel out too if you give this video a thumbs up like and share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD and I'll be seeing you. Little secret bit at the end of the video here. See who's watching. I have a running shoe revisited coming up for the Pegasus Turbo 2, coming very soon.